In today's software, transparency is king, and when it comes to SaaS platforms, visibility and traceability of information are highly important for building trust and enhancing user experience. In this quick and practical video, we're going to talk about what does this mean exactly and how can you effectively implement these concepts in your work. I'm Gabriel, product designer at UserActive, where we have helped dozens of SaaS companies improve their user experience and interface designs over the past few years. By the end of this video, you will know what to do to improve data visibility in your SaaS to ensure its efficiency and transparency high on your priority list. And here it comes the first question: why is visibility and traceability so important in SaaS? And I want to take on 2 points: better informed decision-making abilities, and secondly, enhance trust with your users. And here basically we're talking about just by being transparent and providing full visibility over ongoing processes and hidden background information that are relevant to day-to-day activities performed by your users. And then the second question: how can we successfully implement visibility and traceability aspects within our SaaS platforms? And for this, I actually want to take you with me on one of our files. This is completely behind the scenes. We're actually going to see a client's workspace that we're actually currently working on at the moment. So bear with me, just you're going to see a very working process. And here we are. This is one of our clients. They specialize on IT infrastructure. And what we can tell right now is that there's clearly a lot of information and a lot of things going on at the same time. Okay, this is something that they call network deployment. And in this stage, what we're trying to do is basically to send information across from our local host onto the cloud. Okay, and so make sure that everything we're sending is happening very smoothly and is going to be implemented successfully. So if we look at the designs, one of the key aspects that I want to highlight is to leverage data visualization to get intuitive insights. And if I zoom in, one of the things that are very visually applied and present is the use of this progress bar. Okay, so this progress bar is basically telling us within a timeline how long it's going to take and how is it going. So far up to today, everything is running smoothly. We still have a lot of things that they still need to load, but at the same time, it's telling me how long it's going to take for this to be fully implemented. And if there are any errors, we are also going to see that. Another aspect that we want to highlight is to implement clear data structures and basically naming conventions. And what we see here, if I scroll down a little bit, we have a very clear structure of how things are falling down. We have organization at the very top, then we have networks, and within networks we have devices. So there is basically a very clear architecture of what is at the top, what is at the middle, what is at the bottom. So we have organizations, networks, and devices. This is of course an example, but this is an example that can be easily adapted to your use case. Another tool that you can implement is to integrate audit trails for accountability. Okay, so this is what we see right now. It's a secondary level of transparency and visibility of information, right? So we came from this screen and, for example, we click on details, and that details is translating into an execution history, what's called here. And we get to see every single step that has been implemented either successfully or the things that went wrong, or even the things that are still loading up. This is really important to keep accountability and visibility over the history of steps that happened before and are still currently happening at the moment. And here we are. This is a completely different view of the project once it's being finished, and we get to see again the highlights of the things that went good and what went wrong. We have clearly identified if there are any issues, where can we locate those issues, right? And within the history that we saw earlier, we can very clearly see that information highlighted for me just to take into action right away. And if I hide this panel for just 1 second, this is also part of the view, right? As we saw earlier, the visualization tool is also in a way interacting with me. Even if I go into the nitty-gritty details, I can see at very high level what happened and when it happened. So I can clearly identify that and right away take action. Okay, and there you have it. That was basically a sneak peek into one of our projects. And if I can summarize everything, basically we can, again, leverage data visualization tools for intuitive insights, implement clear data structures, naming conventions, and lastly, integrate audit trails for better accountability. If you're enjoying this video so far and you want to see more, please hit the subscribe button, like the video, and wait for more content like this. See you in the next one.